But first,
Is he covered in poop?
can you guess what I have?
Is it poop?
It's poo-poo.
Fire Department Chronicles, where are they now?
Does a taser probe to the skull give you superpowers? Is it really that important to wait until your Johnson implant is fully healed before you get it on like Donkey Kong? And does pouring urine in your eyes give you 20/20 vision?
What?
All questions we're gonna answer on our first double-digit installment of Where Are They Now? Okay, I need you to pull this out of my head. Not good. Have you ever felt like you were peeing, crapping, seizing, and dying all at the same time?
That's my everyday.
And it was the time that I was tased for charity, and I'm here to tell you it is the most horrendous thing I have ever experienced. So I can't even imagine what this guy felt when he caught an electrified dart to the back of his brain case.
Oh.
In the face! So one of my biggest concerns about where this taser probe landed was how close it was to the base of his skull. Oh, anatomy time! At the bottom of all of your gray matter noodle bowls is something called a brain stem.
Yeah.
Inside of that brain stem is something called the
Medulla.
Medulla.
and
Fucking
that, my
KFC,
friends,
man.
controls all of your breathing, blood pressure, heart rate, pretty much everything you unknowingly do to stop you from becoming 6-foot deep worm food. And I know what you're saying. If it's that bad, why don't you just pull it out?
So I look up and then, swish, 6 feet of rebar goes right through me.
Sometimes removing
Jesus
an
Christ.
object from somebody's meat suit can cause more damage than the original injury, especially if that object is stopping bleeding within the body, or, in this guy's case, changing his ability to ever breathe on his own again. The good news is, though, that probe was free and clear of anything life-threatening, and after a short transport to the hospital, the dome dart was removed, and he lived to dodge death another day. Oh, wait, did you
That's
get an implant
wild.
to my crotchal region?
That's wild. That guy is both very lucky and very unlucky. Yeah. To get fucking tased in the back of the head. When I was walking home from school one day, there was like one kid that was like a quote unquote like junior detective person. And he like, I think had like a hand taser. And we were walking in a big group, and then I heard like a big snap, and like it felt like somebody jammed like a thick stick on my ass cheek and broke it, is what that felt like. And I was like, what the fuck was that? And I turned around and I see him holding a fucking taser down there, and I was just like, what the fuck? He tased my ass, and I thought he jabbed me with a thick stick. But yeah, so it's fortunate that it was just like a one zap type thing, because I feel like, you know, getting constantly jabbed by giant sticks would not feel very good. You know, just me, you know?
To give me a couple-inch advantage, and then you try to get freaky with my girl before my stitches were fully healed and have my Johnson pop open like an over-microwaved hot dog. Look, I'm here to tell you I have never seen the feelings of fear, disbelief, and soul-wrenching regret painted across somebody's face as much as they were on that guy that day. And then every other guy's face as he described the moments leading up to when his free willy suddenly split and the knee-buckling pain that came along with it. And listen, I've learned some pretty incredible things as a paramedic throughout my career. Like, people's like,
So like, how bad do you think like it exploded? Because like the way you described it kind of fucking sucks. Like if that's how it went down. Okay, sorry.
feels like to drop by 50% whenever it rains. The human body can go through unbelievable stuff like being crushed by a car and still survive.
Bro!
And
Okay, unrelated to penis explosions, Jeremy Renner. I know he's also a dick. He almost exploded, but you know, he like got fucking run over by a fucking, what was it? Like a snow, either exploded or just ripped open. Yeah, cause like, you know, like he got like run over by like this fucking, yeah, it was like a snow tractor, to clear out snow or something. And I guess like when he got off of it, like either he slipped or went to go like save someone, because you know, a snowplow. There you go. And the reason why I'm talking about him is because he was in that he's in the new Knives Out movie called Wake Up Dead Man. And I was like, damn, he's still alive and he can walk, bro. Like the fact that he's alive is a miracle, and the fact that he's moving and acting is also like fucking crazy. It's It's pretty crazy. He has to get a lot of reconstructive surgery. Yeah, no, I mean, like, you see it in his face too, but it's just like, it's crazy that he's still like kicking. Sorry, we're back to the exploded penis.
Even though this guy turned out completely fine, at no point in time is a 2-inch member extension worth the trauma that guy went through. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. 2 inches? That's crazy. 2 inches is pretty kind of, you know, I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys? You might need that extension. Yeah, you could get up to 4 inches blind. Can you imagine? Wow, it's be like a whole nother bracket right there. Look at it, yeah. If you need 2 inches, you're not working hard enough. Source, I'm a husband. That's fair. Shard's speaking truth. As a woman, 2 inches isn't gonna matter that much. I don't know. That sounds kind of crazy. Okay, this is the urine in the eyes, huh?
It's weak, but I've been treating it. Okay, with antibiotics, eye drops. With my urine. I'm sorry. It sounded like you just said urine. Humans do really weird things, man, including, but definitely not limited to, pouring their and other people's urine inside of their eyes for an infection. What would possess anyone to do this? And yes,
well, he's spitting.
I fully support finding natural ways to treat minor medical problems, but dumping piddle juice inside of my eye sockets, that's where I draw the line. And before any of you naturopaths jump in here, yes, 95% of your urine is water. But you know what the other 5% is? Traces of biopigment, bacteria, glucose, red and white blood cells. And that, my friends, is 100% more of those things than I want drizzling inside of the things I use to perceive the world around me.
Coward, coward, risk it all or nothing. Coward, risk it all or nothing.
They were totally fine. And I'd love to end this story saying that was the last time we ever ended up in the house straight out of Stranger Things. But not only would we be back there again, but it would make splashing pee-pee in the eyes look like a walk in the park.
Try to catch me howling at the moon.
He ripped his weenie. He ripped his weenie messing around.
What a vibe.
Creepy people in dark rooms, torn testes, and metal-tasting mayhem are the wonderful follow-up stories that fill today's Where Are They Now episode. Yeah, they're broken. But don't worry about that. Just come in here so I can show you exactly what you need to see. I think this might be the most requested Where Are They Now follow
It's fucking, what the fuck was that? Why are there always cocking balls? I don't know.
ups that I've ever had, and rightfully so, because I can honestly say this is the most scared I've ever felt on a call. And without further ado, here's what happened. So after gathering a couple more people, I was slowly making my way up to the room when, you know what? It'll just be easier to show you. Sir, where are you?
There you are. You made it.
Yeah, are you ready to go down to the hospital?
But
Is
first,
he covered in poop?
can you guess what I have?
Oh,
Is it poop?
It's boo-boo.
1 second, sir. Get the first set right now. Okay. Wait, have you ever been covered in poop before? No. No? Okay, well, you're about to be. And after all that, a very stinky tussle and a much-needed night-night medication injection, that guy was the happiest caca-chalupa that I'd ever dropped off at the hospital. When my barely slipped through the crack in the chair, which hurt. So I tried to jump up, but my boys tried to stay behind.
what? Okay, well, hold on. There was a Zac Efron movie that happened, okay, with The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. They were lifeguards, and there was like this guy that was like on like one of those beach lounging like beach chairs or something like that, face down, and I think he got a boner, but it was like he got a boner and then his stuff got stuck in the chair. You guys remember that?
Behind? Permanently. Panic fear and a genuine deep-seated feeling of regret would be the best way to describe this patient's demeanor after almost experiencing a full separation of his twin boulders from the rest of his body.
Oh my God, I almost died.
And I gotta say, as a fellow family jewel
Toting male.
toting male, the second this guy started describing his genital pouch stretching brush with permanent castration, I wanted to close my eyes and Happy Gilmore myself out of there to my happy place. I'm flying on a giant seagull in the sky. But unfortunately, part of the gig as a paramedic is listening to things that you hope will melt away from your memory, like this guy's dreams of ever procreating. However, I'm happy to report that besides swelling to the size of a small grapefruit, this guy's gargantuan gonads are still attached to his body and ready for another round of How Strong Are Your Testes?
What the fuck?
You guys taste pennies fumigating? Oh yeah, dude, I set up like 80 cans.
It's like, what a fucked up game. Like, how strong are your testes? It's like, welcome to another episode of How Strong Are Your Testes? Ah! Weak. Weak, get him out of here. Weak testes, fucking loser, get out of here, your balls suck. Fucking loser, get out of here.
It's in there. Look, firefighting is inherently dangerous. It's something we know when we sign up for the job. Whether it's dodging cars on the interstate that seem to be dead set on making us their new bloody hood ornament, cancer exposures when fighting fire, or just putting on our gear. That's a reference to recent discoveries that our firefighting bunker gear contains something called forever chemicals that might possibly be slowly killing us every time we put it on.
Cool.
Other ways to die. But we all know the thing that's ultimately gonna take us out is gonna be something stupid, like face planting in the shower, or, I don't know, standing outside of a house unknowingly inhaling the flaming remnants of an overly zealous insect genocide project.
What?
Now, I'm not sure, but as far as I know, no one's developed a third eye or the big C from our rendezvous with the cockroach melter 5000.
What do they mean, the big C?
Knock that fire down and
Oh,
save that
cancer.
pile of sticks. And 1 year later,
I'm a little slow sometimes.
it still had roaches.
Try to catch me howling at the moon.
Giant seagull onward.
That's stupid. I need to grow up. I need to grow up and stop laughing at fart jokes.
To numero 8 of the Where Are They Now saga, and today we're going to talk about everything from mushrooms to getting my boots filled up with human duty.
Ew!
So you were running to the bathroom while taking your pants off, then tripped and fell. Yeah, I really don't like to wear anything below the waist whenever I'm on the throne. Imagine this. You're helping a nice elderly man to the bathroom.
Stop chasing your
Suddenly he
youth.
begins
I'm
to
sorry.
fall. So you take your leg and shove it in between his
It's too
legs
late.
to brace him, and he says thank you by blasting a rectal fruit shake right down your pants and into your boots. Well, I don't have to imagine that because it happened to me and I'm still not okay with it.
I would, oh my God, I would just quit. Like if somebody like shit down my pants, I think I would just quit. Like I'm just like, you know what? You know, firefighting was cool and stuff. But you know, I kind of draw the line at shit. Somebody else shitting my pants, you know? I'll just take the phone calls, you know? You guys go have fun. My entire leg, his whole leg is full of shit. That's fucking gross.
This lovely guy was your standard run-of-the-mill senior citizen that needed a little bit of assistance to the bunghole drainer 3000 to open up some extra room in his internal prune basin. But as I attempted to guide him, gravity had other plans and attempted to shove him to the ground to test his osteoporosis-filled bones. But I said, nay, not today. And then immediately found out what Jerry the geriatric ate for his last 3 meals as he filled my boots with cream of diarrhea.
Okay, okay. Well, I think we don't need any more of that.
Still got Mr. Smith to the throne. Then sloshed my way to a decon shower and never looked at corn the same way again.
Ew.
What happened here? We had a little grease fire. So I grabbed a cup of water and threw it on it, which I told him not to do. And then we had a big grease fire. I really want everybody watching this video to listen to what I'm about to say, because it might save your life, a trip to the hospital, or at a minimum, a boatload of money rebuilding the crispy remains of the place that you once called home. If you put water on a grease fire, it's gonna explode! Why does this happen, you ask?
Okay, water on the grease fire, it'll explode, okay? We're gonna take notes from the fire guy, okay? Grease fire, if you put water on the grease fire, it will explode, okay? Just like that one guy's dick. I'm sorry. I won't bring up the exploded penis again. I apologize.
75 and 500 degrees in freedom units, which is well above the 212 degrees it takes to boil water. So, when you douse your burgers flambe with H2O, it instantly boils, explodes, and carries flaming pieces of third-degree burning, life-altering grease along with it. So if you do happen to run into this situation,
You
just
loathe me?
remember the
I
only
loathe
way
you
to safely
too.
extinguish a grease fire is by smothering it with
Love.
a fire blanket, a Class B or Class K extinguisher. Because if you use sugar, water, or flour, you're probably gonna die.
Oh shit.
Or, at a minimum, just regret not ordering takeout. Hello? I can see everything, man. Holy pupils, Batman. I'm Batman. Here's the deal. If somebody's mental state is altered and somebody else calls 911, we are legally required to transport them to a level of equal or higher care. I know, listen, I don't agree with it sometimes either. I mean, especially in this guy's case, where he was just trying to enjoy some of the mind-bending, reality-altering effects from the mushrooms that he shoved down his throat earlier.
I can't feel my...
And what made me feel even worse was this guy was the most chill dude I've ever met, man. And if it was up to me, I would have left him at home to let him enjoy his interdimensional fungi adventure. Do we have a
Who
deal?
called the cops?
Not. And the last thing any of us need would be for this guy to venture out into the road, see a yellow punch buggy, think it's a giant Twinkie, try to take a bite out of it, and then end up becoming one.
I don't even- I lost track of what he was telling me.
Enjoying so much.
That's
So instead, we took a ride down to the hospital
Okay.
on the Band-Aid bus, where he tried to convince me that all the payphones were disappearing, so it'd be harder for us to get out of the Matrix.
that's cool.
We're back on our Where Are They Now adventure with your three most... I'm gonna leave you with a little piece of knowledge that'll haunt you for the rest of your days.
Okay, so what
Oh,
did you do?
more
I put some in his
more
record.
penal.
Friends
Wait,
come
what?
in many forms, like a friend that'll loan you $20, or a friend that'll give you a ride without asking for gas money, or the ultimate friend that's willing to shove frozen water bricks inside of your dingleberry cave
Whoa!
because you took too many opioids.
You got a friend in me.
But before I go any further into the story,
All right, let's be honest. Would any of you guys put anything up my butt if I needed it? Did you guys put ice cubes up my butt if I needed it? Sure. Sure, but you'll owe me dinner. Yes. Oh, ice cube. Oh, okay. Yeah. As long as you wash before. See, as long as you guys are willing to do it for me when I need it, okay? I'm gonna remember who said yes and who said no.
I want to be very clear about something. Don't put ice in people's butts. Not only
Okay, never. Okay, so there would. I take back the needing ice in my butt. I take that back. It could be if I need something else in there though. Okay, not ice cubes though. Okay, I could put whatever you want in you. Okay. Thank you.
is it incredibly stupid and unbelievably dangerous, but completely unnecessary when there's things like Narcan available that don't involve you icing down your friend's guano gusher. Yummy. A very medically unsupported theory that's inspiring people to do this is by stimulating the central nervous system with ice, the overdosing person will regain consciousness and magically begin breathing again on their own.
Right.
Wrong.
Now, yes, he was awake when we got there, and no, we're not sure if it was because of the ice. But one thing I can't say for sure is that those two dudes didn't make eye contact for the entire ride to the hospital, and I will never look at ice the same way again. My birthday is December 49th, 8th.
You ever like? Did anybody ever grow up and like make kind of like soda ice cubes. You know, like you would pour soda in an ice cube tray and freeze them, and then you would have like little soda ice cubes. Kind of sucked, honestly. Did that last year. Imagine that with piss. No, it wasn't piss. There's no scatting in chat. Okay, there's no scat in chat. All right, chat equals no scat. Okay.
1812. How long did you say the seizure lasted? Seizures can be extremely scary to experience, especially for the patients, and depending on the type of seizure, once it's over, they can go to what's called a post-ictal state, which is very normal, but it involves confusion, exhaustion, or in this guy's case, think he needed to get back to the open sea to fight some scurvy pirates. Now, even though all of this can be quite stressful to witness, treating most seizures is relatively straightforward with some benzos and a little O2. However, as I've learned many times in my career, right when you think you got things figured out, you don't.
Oh.
Ooh, didn't see that coming.
Which is exactly what happened in the middle of our assessment when this guy's sister decided to wrap up her Angry Birds game on his cell phone while someone else blasted their partially digested SpaghettiOs all over the floor. But honestly, I knew this guy was going to be just fine. And
What?
I also knew that once again, I was extremely thankful for.
I'm confused. So like he was doing like a post-seizure evaluation on somebody, and the person who had a seizure like vomited like during the process. Is that am I understanding that properly? Angry Birds Pong. I'm confused. Why did that happen?
Waterproof boots and disinfectants.
Oh!
That's why. I don't think it's possible to describe the smell perforating from a room that contains someone who's having a GI bleed. Well,
What the fuck is a GI bleed? Oh man. Is there, oh man, you don't want to know? G.I. Joe? Gastrointestinal bleeding. Oh, that's not good. Maya, why do you know about that? That's a good band name. Yeah, that's my next gore grind band.
I guess it would be something like. And to accompany that odor is the general understanding that whatever is causing that lunch regurgitating smell is not good for the continuation of life. Because the general rule of thumb when it comes to blood coming from your skin suit is blood coming from one end of your body is bad. Blood coming from both ends of your body is the beginning of your forever sleepy time.
Oh, that's not good.
Now, this gentleman was suffering from something called esophageal varices, which can happen when the veins inside of your esophagus begin to enlarge and bleed because of high blood pressure associated with liver disease. And if the thought of drowning in your own red blood cell pudding terrifies you, it should. The good news is we got him down to the hospital where he got some meds, a couple pints of blood, and was completely stabilized. The bad news is you now know you can die drowning in your own blood.
Try to catch me howling now.
So where does that come? So he was shitting blood and also drowning in his blood? That sounds fucked up. You almost did that a few days ago. Drowning in your blood? That sounds awful.